Welcome to Buildofy, the design destination for light in the country. Truth well told is well sold. That's the basic foundation of creating this experience center to sell and demonstrate and tell stories around a most powerful invisible medium called light. When you come from a busy day, bad traffic, bad time at work, you want to come home and your mind should just stop. And that's how we've designed the entrance of this studio, this experience center. Everything is lit, yet it orients your eyes towards the parking by a streak of light. It gives you background, middle ground, foreground. We picked up the walls off the boundary very subtly. We've picked up a few trees. We've created dapple effects with the lights so that you see a little bit of emotion. We've lit only the right-hand side of the palms, which also guides you towards the main entrance of the space. While we were designing this space, we found these cubes, these boulders, and we realized that architect thinks on X and Y and Z axis. We got these boulders, made them stand on an axis, and added a layer of light. What light does is add yet another layer, yet another dimension to that built environment. The architecture of the space was to have varied elements of surprise as we move along. We came out with this concept of creating this huge wall, using the walkway around the trees so that people can actually get the sense of trees and the canopy, the tree canopies are lit. It's like a welcome mat when you come in. We play a lot with light and shadow here. We exaggerate shadows at times. You come inside the space. On the right-hand side, there's a block which takes you to lounge, which takes you to the conference room, which is a meet and greet space. On the left-hand side, we have office block. Once you come into the lounge, that's where we actually demonstrate Richard Kelly's 3 basic principles of ambient, accent, and scenic. Human eye has a horizontal vision. Therefore, we perceive verticals before we perceive horizontal. If your verticals are well illuminated, then your space will be perceived brighter with much less connected load or much less number of fixtures in the ceiling. We've lit up this artwork, which is a monochromatic artwork. It's got texture, but we've washed it uniformly from top to bottom with no hotspot or scallop. At the same time, we added yet another layer to accentuate the texture of the artwork. To increase the depth, to accentuate the shadows and darkness, we graced it down from the top with a little intervention of cove lighting. We actually got a few inspiration from master architect Le Corbusier and his project Rocheham Chapel, where he created these amazing windows for the natural light to peep into the chapel. We took the same in project and we created a wall, which you see, where we intersected that with artificial lighting. We created a cove on the window by just minor intervention of a strip light around the window. The window looks different. We added a decorative element, turned that on, the window changes its perspective. We framed the window, the whole canvas changes perspective, basically to demonstrate how light can really help you articulate spaces differently. When we move on to an application center, that's where we're demonstrating various applications from segment of projects we do. Retail lighting, which is all about attract, invite, and retain. There is a hotel lobby and hospitality room, which is all about visual comfort, emotion. We extend that forward and take you to art and museum. We can proudly say that today we've lit for some of the most prominent art galleries and museums in the country. When we come to this part of the landscape, it's lit keeping in mind that here the ambience level needs to be more, here the emotional quotient needs to be more, because that's why we entertain. We also very strongly believe when you're lighting up landscape, not every tree needs to be lit. Somewhere the tree goes in a silhouette where we've graced the purple wall inspired from Lower Barragan color, and somewhere the trees are lit from front. And that's how the space is conceived, and that's how architects and designers and clients, when they come here, they relate to various lighting applications
for their respective built environment.
So indoor and outdoor transit is very important. You connect an access point in outdoor, make that part of your living space, and your place looks or perceived larger than what it is.
So here at Vis-a-Vis Experience Center, we invite architects and designers from across the world
To come and experience this invisible medium called light, to come and live in the space, absorb what lighting can do to a built environment. That's what this is made for, to actually propagate light as one of the key design tool in architecture or interior design language.